welcome back to my lovely IHP community and the 5D collective as we were concluding our other episode, love, relationships, life. So when you have secure attachment, it's great. When you don't, that's a different story. Those people who are not yet empowered with love, they got Patrick Teahan, good trauma therapist, all that. It's when they're ready to love that then they will be in the land of self-empowered, enlightened individuals with integration of the brain, restorative embodiment, their whole self, 5D collective matter and energy is all love, basically. You and I, Christ consciousness or unconsciously loving Christ doesn't have to be part of your picture, but we do love to love. I love to love. He loves to dance. I love to love. I love to love, but my baby, he loves to dance. Okay, so I love that song. It's in my head. Dun, 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 dun. I was sleeping and right in the middle of a good dream. Like Alan Watts, I wake up to something strange. Na 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 before I go insane. The words that come out of my mouth, I think I love you, so what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid that I'm not sure of a love that I have no cure for. I think I love you, and something, something, something. But it worries me to see. So when people are afraid of love, that's all they do. Sing songs and not do anything. No, that's not true. But as a 44-year-old woman with attachment trauma information, in addition to being a mystic, it really is this straightforward. So when you have secure attachment, when you have non-secure attachment, but you're smart enough to follow good therapists, figure out that you can be aware, accountable, and regulate, and then figure out really, really in depth, am I growing more loving by the day or not? So if you have suffering and longing, that's where the only way you're going to recalibrate that, one, having good foundation of psych education. I'm going to say therapist as well for those who really suffer. For the ones who don't and they're able to regulate all the emotions, so you have a good emotional relationship, that is the moment of truth, if you will, when you get the opportunity to love. What is life without a little romance? No, what is love? What is life without love? What is life without people who know how to love? As a 44-year-old woman, when you're empowered and you have healthy self-worth, then you know how to love. If you know unconditional love, then you know how to love. Until you still have envy, jealousy, spite, resentment, any of those low self-esteem emotions, it means your 16-year-old still leading you. So like that lady who thinks that you can have no emotion, the dangers of no emotion, because she doesn't know what non-reactivity feels like, because she doesn't live it. She doesn't know what it feels like to feel the depth of her core, because she doesn't feel it. She doesn't long for it because she's armored herself shut in. I don't know. At the same time, wedding bells after fucking me. Oh, maybe. Therapy. So when people don't want to get their empowered version, they don't give a shit about stuff like that. And they think that's the norm. It's not that it's not, but then again, no, it's not. Meaning there's better information out there that lets you know about your 1-year-old and getting securely attached. So when you long for something, if you don't grasp that relationship that is healthy, and then you learn to calibrate, you don't ever welcome that. Well, I never say never. You get the gist. So welcoming somebody into your life allows you to push yourself to an extra step so that you can work to recalibrate the nervous system. Obviously, if it's a easy thing for you to do, great. If it's challenging, the good therapist. Because people who don't go and they have challenges, they continue to do Tom and Jerry. So the facade is like the fancy lady in a suit and man, but the difference is that they're not millionaires or whatever these people are. Okay, so longing is something that can be worked with people, a person that you will have decided and or that you know is a healthy individual who consistently communicates. There's obviously more than just that, because there is the spark, the interest, right? So you do build a relationship. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady builds anything. And the beauty of true relationships is that we want to be there heart to heart for each other. So once a person welcomes that, if they have the psych education, they start to learn how to look in the eyes of a healthy other and take it all in. Maybe they need to put a hand on the heart, doesn't matter. Or maybe they can say, hey, my 1-year-old, he wants a hug. So he, she, they. But the part about the psych education and you becoming the inner child adult. But you don't want to talk about your child parts. I don't talk about Maria's child parts, but when I describe something, I have to talk about it. It's an inner child adult. So it's automatic for me. If I want a hug, I'll hug. I don't have longing. When you're empowered, you don't long for connection because you have it within you. When people are not empowered yet, they have longing for connection. If they're smart and they got educated, then they know they need healthy other. Why? Because I calibrate in my ventral vagal state. That's why. People don't understand non-reactivity does not mean no emotion. No, you always have emotion. The idiot doesn't know because she doesn't want to get trauma informed or because she's decided she's going to go brutally dissect healing trauma with a new therapist. They're keeping you all boxed up. Wow. The manipulation of words is amazing because it's sciences. They're proving, they're working on more proof. It's not just some fictitious in the air like the flat earthers. Even they will say we found some stuff. So, okay, if you're longing for connection, the best way to get connection is finding healthy others and then having the one or the two if you're polyamory. But if you're not securely attached, you want to establish one secure attachment relationship. You want to define those details. And that is the beauty, the details, the long term, because empowered men and women know what they want. Even if you have longing, you're going to know I'm going to heal because trauma is relational. And there's a relationship right now that is healthy. So that's going to teach me. You're not taking that because you want to be taught. It's not an objectifying. I'm just explaining that when you understand how your embodied brain works and your child parts, you understand why relationships are important and also why healthy other. You can't heal trauma with the wrong people. So I have emotions, not trauma charges, which is why every one of those breakups, heartbreak, not really. Emotions, yes. Depth of emotions, definitely, yes. Heartbreak, if I had heartbreak, don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. That so the part about heartbreak is it can't be broken. 2, I'm in love with love. It's all here. Oxytocin, gene hormone, integrated brain, restored embodiment self. But to love, and he loves to dance, he loves to dance, he loves to dance. I love to love. Well, that's what I was saying in our other episode. You're going to say yes. When you don't long for it, when you're not afraid of it, when you're not like, oh my gosh, they're going to potentially break my heart. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm me. Until they do is what some people say. No, they don't. And sticks and stones, yes, but you heal from that, But then again, I'm not going to put myself in that situation. Okay, so the narratives that people have, one, you need to suffer for love, bullshit. No, anyone who's suffering, they can get good therapy, get out of the nervous system that is pseudo-alive and all that, younger child parts, and wait, and then you'll see. The ones who are here, mindfully living, spiritually living. So when you're healthy, you're the opportunity for a person to notice you as a safe haven, secure base. And if you want that too, once they make a step forward, because how do we decide, right? As a woman, I can tell you that I have no issue letting somebody know if I'm interested, but there are circumstances in the night that Mary laughing and mirror laughing and trust, or laughing and what was it? I wrote something down. If you're new, you don't know. But anyways, side note. So long story short, just as we conclude, when you notice a longing, you have the opportunity to heal it with a true intimate connection. And if you're not sure, or if circumstances don't allow something to happen, two people can still be grown up enough, if they like each other enough, if there's enough rapport, if there's enough of all of it, to have what is called a conversation. So it doesn't matter how you twist or turn it. Polyamory, monoamory is not the issue or situation. It's if you're securely attached, you're going to have a life of meaning and connection beyond the solo self. If you want restorative embodiment and you're mindfully aware and accountable and listening, you're going to be able to self-regulate. And then you're going to also say, with the psych education, I'm not going to keep this broken stuff. I want relationship. Now, you noticing that your pattern is important. So if you're done with the pattern, then you're going to get a healthy other. You're not going to get Tom and Jerry. If, on the other hand, you notice you're still playing out that pattern, then you go to therapy, because you would have your best interest at heart and the best interest of true love. So you would say, okay, I tried it on my own, noticed it wasn't successful. I got the first, because your gut is off, is what some will say, okay? But anyone who has the desire to build a life with a connection and more intimately, you want healthy people. That means those who know how to self-attune and regulate, because they won't project their moods. They'll have conversations, but also their embodied brain vibes at ventral vagal state. That's how you're going to learn ventral vagal state, because we're mammals. So you're going to recalibrate to me because I'm a safe haven, secure base for you. And you've decided to, yes, I want you. I want you. I want you multiplying. And I'm losing control. Na 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 na. Electrifying. It's electrifying. Better wake up, because I need a man, and my heart is set on you. Better wake up, because you'll understand whatever. Da-da-da, that my love is true. You're the one that I want. You're the one that I want. You're the one that I want. I don't know all the words, but you get the drift. Except for Greece, they change each other. That's not what happens with empowered people. It's how you doing? So listen, I'm a mermaid, and I have a tail, Eric, but no, I'm a mystic, and I have Claire's, Eric. And I have twin flames. Oh, guess what? I have channeled guidance message. It's a fun plane. I can't be boring, even if I wanted to be boring. I got funny stories. You see, who would not want to be with Woo Woo Lady? Who would not want to be with a Woo Woo Science Man? I agree. That laughs. So, circumstances in the night, they laugh. They marry, laughter, and handsome. Laughing and handsome. And they bring together, mirror together, a bunch of trust. When we choose to trust each other, we're giving each other a shot. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. No. Non-securely attached people don't know what love is. Once they've decided to open their heart and not to stay closed, that's when they're going to know. And that's because they're going to learn how to self-regulate. And we have avoidant, ambivalent, disorganized, but the people need to want to live with love. Who wants to live forever or consciously? So when you are one of the healthy others, you know how you can support somebody, and you'll know who are healthy others too. Even those who are healing are healthy. And so ones who want to project that we call unhealthy, because they choose unhealthy self-soothing mechanisms. And they don't stick around. They just come in and out. They're small energy. They're not committed. They don't know what they want. They don't know their authentic needs, but really they haven't made up their mind about what they want in a relationship. They don't want one. When people are afraid of love, they want those who are emotionally unavailable. It's when you're ready to love that you say, I don't want emotionally unavailable. You spot it. You know, therapy. You don't tell them that, because you're just watching Tom and Jerry chase each other down the hallways or whatever they're doing. And it's like, wow, I didn't even do that in college. No, but I did see the college students who did. They all were lonely. And I'm like, why are you doing it? Stop fucking people. And no, I can't. Yes, you can. Well, I don't know. Okay, well then stop saying you're lonely. No, but I'm lonely. Okay, wait. You know what? Now I would say Stephen Porges, Peter Levine, therapy. That's how you're going to get out of it. Otherwise, you're just going to keep it. And there are people on screen, again, who say, I'm going to keep it. You don't want to keep it. And so that's when you build loving relationship with one at the very bare minimum. Because when I look into your eyes, there's a song that keeps wanting. When I look into your eyes, there's a channel song keeps wanting to come up, but I can't think of it. It's not completely downloaded. Maybe tomorrow. So when I look in your eyes, if you are ready to calibrate to your securely attached, and I am your a significant other, at least one, you're going to recalibrate. Because every time I look at you, I'm going to smile for real, not pretend, because my heart's open. And if you welcome me, your heart's open too. You're going to feel us. And that's when you're creating that bond. And that is really beautiful. but not if it comes on and off, on and off, on and off. No, that's bullshit. You can just leave it alone. Ignore it. No, you won't ignore it. It's meaningless. It's a pattern wheel. So you just learn how, that's why it doesn't affect you, because a person who's a pattern, it doesn't matter. If it were you or another person, the reality is, oh, it's you because of reasons, but it's not something, I'm so special, oh, so special, you see? No, 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 no. So, anyways, people who want to be in a good relationship, healthy others are important for them because that's how they're going to become their own self-regulator. And it's also beautiful to know that there are people who take themselves seriously. So they're consistently, contingently communicating who they are. They come through, they follow through with their promises, and they don't make promises that they don't keep. Or even if they do, they take ownership instead of saying, if I ever hurt you, I didn't mean to do it. If I ever break a promise, I wasn't meaning, I just don't know how to keep promises. So yeah, it's very straightforward, and it's very nice to be in a era where people are taking their inner world seriously and healing themselves from attachment, trauma, all that, which creates not love. When I see Pinocchio on the island and a bunch more, we're going to make fun of that tomorrow. But right now, again, true love and just lovers. It's when we get to say, I do want you to share a heart with me. And more than that, I want to consistently be vulnerable with you. Whether it's me crying in the fetal position or me just completely losing my mind, quote unquote, it's because I'm sharing the depth of life, not laundry Zen master. There's a difference for those of us who live with mindfulness and spirituality. It's not a narrative, emotions. Use the word sad, mad, whatever, in neutrality, looking at it from duality. I'm a person. It's this and that are true. I said, she said. When you have an empowered ego, you don't take things personally. That's why whenever I've had to get to share stories, the only time I took things, quote unquote, to heart, I learned how not to because I was a teenager. Because they taught me it's not personal, Maria. And I chose to keep my heart open as it wanted to close on up, because your heart is a muscle, right? But it's also brain. But I'm the one who's consciously aware. So as I became mindfully aware of what my heart was doing, I'm like, wait a minute. If you close up, we're not loving. We're just a hypocrite to use that word loved. No, you stay open. Then we love, yes. Plus, they don't know what love is. Why would I not love when you don't, not you, but you don't know what love is? That doesn't make sense. There's no Lucifer, just a person making the choices that you're making. Free will is there. Determined may tell us why somebody will be unaware, will be, yeah, sure. The minute I'm interacting with you and I am empowered, therefore you're looking in the eyes of a person who doesn't bend down. I'm a mountain, you're the wind, I'm the wind, whatever it is, I don't bend anywhere. That is your free will choice. Now, the truth is, the first 3 years really matter. So you being scared shitless, I can understand that. That's why I forgive. Blessed are those who believe without seeing. Forgive them, Maria, for they do not know. Jesus' words. It's exactly why when Stephen Porges, biological rudeness, they're not aware. Totally figured that one out a long time ago. And as I got older, I kept figuring it out. And so even when you crap on people because they do silly shit, there's a difference when you're empowered enough to know I'm not living in their body. I'm an observer who's making a comment about it. And that difference is that others think they know how to live a life for other people. Those are martyrs superiors, by the way. But anyways, long story short, if you long and you find, you're not going to long for longer because that's how you heal, by having a good, healthy relationship, because they talk to you in your face with an open heart, and then you laugh and you giggle. And I love to love, and he loves to dance, and that's what we do all night long and all day long. And no, 24/7 is impossible because we all work, but you get the drift. So we'll be back with more. Have a good one.